Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa's directive. And still on floods, the University of Ibadan has denied reports that flooding wreaked havoc on its Obafemi Awolowo hostel. According to Deputy Vice-Chancellor Peter Olakbegba, who spoke with TVC News, the issue was actually a waterlogged caused by block waste on the premises. This clarification comes after initial reports suggested that a flood had destroyed students' property. The Deputy Vice-Chancellor emphasized that the university management will continue to educate students on proper sanitation practices to prevent similar incidents in the future. And senior reporter Olaide Iwole joins me on the news this hour. Olaide, give us more update on this, because what we heard earlier was that there was flooding at the premises of the university, but now the Vice-Chancellor seems to be denying that allegation.
So, Precious, funnily, it is still raining as I speak to you in Ibadan, especially at the University of Ibadan. I had to stay in my car to take cover. So the access, I was able to gain access into the hall. It's a female hostel. I was able to gain access into it through the permission of the Deputy Vice-Chancellor. It took me around, and I saw for myself that it was actually, there was blockage in some parts of the drainage that stopped water from flowing outside through the drainage. So there were debts and other things, some items on the in the drainage. So it stopped water from flowing down to where it is supposed to flow to. So with that, there was water logged in the compound of the hostel. So this morning they had to take proactive action, a proactive measure, and they called the necessary persons to come and take away these items from the drainage. And now there is free flow of water through the drainage down to where it's supposed to go. So I spoke with him, and he said those who were carrying the news did not wait to get clarification if it was actually proper flooding or something actually caused it. So he confirmed that there was no flooding.
I also wanted to confirm, because there were also reports that the Obafemi Awolowo hostel was flooded, which that report now has been denied. But we also heard that student property were also destroyed. What's the extent of damage of that situation?
Precious, I can confirm to you that there was no damage. I got into the hostel, and the only place that water got into was the basement. You know, there are some students who live there in the basement. It's more like a 3 or 4 story building. So the basement, when the water could not flow out, it flowed into their hostels, into their various hostels, their rooms. And this morning I got there, everything has been cleared. So there was no damage, no books, there was no major damage. Of course, water would have, touched some of the items, which is probably their pots, which they use in cooking and all of that. But there was no major damage of properties or their gadgets which they carry to their various classes. There was no damage. There was no report of such. No student came to meet me to tell me that anything of such happened. And I even entered into 1 or 2 of their hostels, and I did not see anything of such. Precious.
All right, thank you so much, Olaide Iwole, for clarifying that. Senior reporter live for us in Oyo State.